Scatchell, ominous.
Don't call it a comeback.
Took a deflection off the paint, but Rudy Scatchell has had his say. This is the start of dreams for Heart.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You join us on a rather subdued and tender.
Hungover.
We have no cares. Yeah.
I've lost my voice a bit.
We're joined by our good friend Ross. Say hello, Ross.
Hello, Ross.
Oh God.
Classic banter.
Golden.
Classic.
Golden.
What a pro. We very much enjoyed the day around Heart's trip to Partick Thistle yesterday, because that's 5 minutes away from where we live.
Yeah,
so
it's fucking ideal, to be honest with you. It's basically a home game for us.
yeah, so many of our friends came around and enjoyed the festivities of Glasgow's beautiful West End.
Yeah. Drank a lot.
Yeah,
It's basically. Yeah. Went to a nice pub, Strathmore.
it was nice, wasn't it?
It smelled like Christmas. Great. Best Maryhill has to offer.
The absolute best.
Yep.
Certainly better than Partick Thistle. But we will. Oh, we're going to have to get to that, really, aren't we?
Yeah.
First of all, I suppose we have to cover the fact that Hearts played Celtic. So here goes. Hearts played Celtic. Celtic 1-2-1.
Hearts scored a goal against Celtic, Arnie Doom, and that's.
I mean, really, do we want to add anything to that? Have you got anything you desperately need to say about Hearts playing Celtic?
Happy it wasn't another absolute pumping.
Yep, that's something.
Happy.
Yeah. Pleased. Lee Griffiths.
Relieved,
is
I think, is probably more appropriate. But
Lee Griffiths is quite good at football, and he showed that when he did a really good bit of football to put the ball in the net twice. So
Stop being fair to Lee Griffiths.
he only scored once.
no, yeah, but it was all his work for Rogic's goal as well.
Fair enough.
Thanks.
Stop being fair to Lee Griffiths. Are you going to stop?
Okay, yeah. No, sorry, I've stopped.
Don't make me come over there and chastise you again.
Okay.
So, moving swiftly on
Yeah.
to Firhill, 4 thrills.
Yeah.
4 thrilling goals. 4 thrills. 4? No.
No, you're not.
Needs
getting
work.
this. It's you. If you'd thought about it, it could have been something, but you've really let your entire family down.
Yeah. Much like Matthijs Pogba.
What a link. Yeah, he's absolutely atrocious at football. Apparently Chris Doolan, who's actually quite good at football, can't get a game in front of him as well. So
That's probably due to contracts and agents and things like that, wouldn't you say?
Possibly.
Shirt sales. You think if you were a Partick Thistle supporting youngster, you'd want to have Pogba written on the back of your shirt?
Do many people want a Partick Thistle shirt?
it's a great question.
He has made the number 99 his own, to be fair.
Yeah, there's not many players in the world that can wear 99 quite like Matthijs Pogba.
They also got, who's their Liverpool boy who was absolutely terrible as well? Amu.
David Amu. I didn't think he was terrible. He didn't have much in the first. He had a spell in the first half where he was kind of he had the beating of Oshinio a bit, but he's a couple of decent crosses. That was about the sum total of what he produced.
I thought he was shite. To be honest with you, I thought he was absolute jobbies.
The standout moment was getting the run on Jordan McGee, and then getting the run on him so much he ran it out of the park.
Yes, directly out of play. That was good. Enjoyed that right in front of us.
Well done, son.
Yeah.
Jordan McGee as well, playing at centre back. Do any of us have any idea whether or not he's good at centre back based on that performance?
It's clearly his best position, I think. He didn't have much in the way of a test, but everything he did do was fine, really.
Yeah, he was fine, but he might as well have been, like selling sweeties in the stand. He had zero things to do.
Pogba was tackling himself.
Plenty of time to concentrate on growing for that big move.
It's a vital part of his game.
It is.
Hearts didn't play well.
First half certainly not. No, bright opening kind of 5-10 minutes, and after that, I'd say Partick maybe had a bit more of a territorial advantage rather than being all that great themselves.
Yeah.
I heard BBC Sports Sound Chick Young telling listeners that Partick were battering Hearts, which really wasn't the case.
Seriously?
He did.
Jesus Christ.
Good old
Battering.
Chick. Yeah, battering. No, well, battering without creating any shots on target whatsoever.
Remember all those saves that Neil Alexander made? Nope.
There was one from a corner that McGee made quite an important block. It was to be heading into the far corner, but yeah, not much for Alexander to do.
So, to mirror such a reasonably shan performance, the first goal was reasonably shan.
It was pretty fucking shan. Danny Swanson has impressed me again, by the way. I like him. He's not got 90 minutes in him. He's got a lot.
So he fits right in at Heart of Midlothian.
He's got a lot of food in him, by the looks of it. I thought he was really impressive. Yeah, he swung the ball in, and Sam Nicholson's header was going about 5 yards wide, and Ryan Scully in goals decided to palm it out to us.
I didn't actually notice that from that angle. I was only seeing the replays, but it was nowhere near on target.
No. I mean, we
It
were
was a ridiculous decision by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, done well to prevent the goal kick there.
we were kind of right behind it, and it was going wildly wide, and then Osman So chased it down, and it was a nice cutback, but Juanma was completely unmarked, and a tap in.
A good striker's goal.
Exactly, yeah.
Got ahead of his man. The Partick defender had absolutely no idea that Juanma existed, was on the pitch, was anywhere within the vicinity.
No, it's as well said. It's a striker's instinct to be there.
It's normally a defender's instinct to know where the striker is, but no,
Nope.
no place for instincts.
Not for Seaborn.
No. Few things to pick up on there as themes from the game as a whole. Number one, Swanson did play well. However, we started on the left before 4-2, and it was about 10-15 minutes in before we shifted to 4-2-3-1, and So went out on the right. That's when I feel he really started to flourish. I'm not sure he's much of a winger these days.
I honestly think he's a number 10, and I think that's why we've brought him in, really. Obviously, Billy King is suffering from a lack of confidence or fitness or whatever, so he's not getting a look in. So Swanson will be played on the wing on occasion, but
Just suffering from a lack.
Swanson, he looks like he knows the number 10 role. He knows where to be, he knows how to create and link midfield to either Juanma or So.
He knows how to kick footballs really, really hard.
Yeah, he does. He likes a shot, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But I think it's quite noticeable that our set piece delivery's improved when he's on them.
Except for the first set piece that we had where Callum Patterson, brandishing the captain's armband around his bicep, decided that he fancied the free kick. Didn't quite work out the way that Callum wanted.
He hit one quite later on against Celtic that was somewhat similar.
Yeah.
But didn't find his range with that one.
Considering Jordan McGee scored 2 free kicks in pre-season, he must be raging. What else do you have to do? Like, there's not many players.
Be taller.
He needs to be taller. Yeah, sorry, you're right. I totally forgot that when it comes to free kick taking. I don't know why Patterson's insisting on taking the free kicks.
Because he had the captain's armband on. He's Callum fucking Patterson. Pay attention.
Didn't it suit him though, that armband?
Christ.
Yeah, it really brought out his arms.
His 100th league appearance yesterday as well. So
Was it?
Nice wee way to mark that.
100%. It's, I know that Nielsen doesn't want Alexander to be captain because he doesn't like keepers as captains, apparently. So it kind of made sense. I think if Igor Rossi, I think we discussed this before, if he had a better grasp of English, I reckon he would probably be captain, to be honest.
Do you think Igor Rossi needs to speak better English? You don't think if Igor Rossi wanted you to do something, he'd find a way to make sure you knew that you were doing it?
Through sheer physical presence.
Just that glare.
He would just stare at you. Aye.
You wouldn't even have to be looking at him, glaring at you. Like if you were a striker, running around 50 yards ahead of him, you just feel it burrowing into the back of your skull.
Oh God, what have I done?
It's just turning around like, I'm sorry, whatever it was.
Turning around, Igor's turned into a 10-foot tall mammoth. Yeah, he's some guy. I'm scared of him. I like him though.
That took a twist.
Didn't it?
Cool, and that was more or less the first half. There wasn't really anything else remarkable about it whatsoever.
Nah, not really. Ju-Won was alright. Nice to have an actual left back in the team. I think Jordan McGee did really well at left back in a couple of games he played there. But it's nice to have an actual lefty and a guy who knows the position well back at left back.
It seems so much more balanced at the back when you've got Rossi at left centre half as well.
Yeah, 100%. It's just Ju-Won's got his critics because I think people are expecting him to be absolutely amazing, and he's not been absolutely amazing, but he's been good. And I'm a fan of
He's
God is
played
God.
against Messi. He's touched Messi.
He has.
Surely some football would have rubbed off on
There's
him.
a picture of him touching Messi. Yeah, you're right. Footballer.
How many of us can honestly say that they've touched Messi?
I can't say that. I've never touched Messi myself.
I can say it, but I'm lying.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't say it.
Yeah.
I have that capacity.
You do.
Well done, me.
Well done.
Second half, though, still until the second goal was scored, still very scrappy, very disjointed. Nothing to write home about.
Well, I was writing home regularly about Arnold June.
Well, that is true.
God, he's good, isn't he?
He's really good.
I get to keep him.
He's so fucking good. How did this guy who was just so good just like suddenly just turn up? Why was he available? Why do we have him? What's wrong?
That's a good question. Because he didn't. I think he was only played about 3 times for Lech Poznan.
Yeah.
It's clearly not worked there, but it looks like a cracking find.
Aye.
Is he contracted beyond January? I've got like this horrible
Not
thought.
yet. If you read tomorrow's Edinburgh local paper, Robbie Nielsen is wanting to keep him longer term.
Has he officially opened contract discussions?
I don't know how official it is, but that is the plan apparently.
Good.
Cool. Good to have the inside line from
Yeah.
from Edinburgh's top local newspaper.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The ESPC property guide.
Yeah, like I think obviously we started contract talks with So, and there's a bunch of others that are out of contract at the end of the season. Rossi and Augustine, maybe 2 that stand out as well. But yeah, June, he needs to stay longer. He's absolutely superb. He's exactly what we've been missing in the centre of the park.
Well,
He's maybe surprised a few people in that when he was brought in, he was described as a defensive midfielder, but from his performances, he seems much more box to box.
Yeah.
well, he's like a defensive midfielder in the way that like Bruno Aguiar was described as a defensive midfielder when he turned up and was like, no.
No. Yeah, I mean, even his footwork to win the penalty
Yeah.
was just sensual.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Again, then it turns out like once Swanson Tyrant had to go off, like June played number 10 and apparently he's great at that as well.
Yeah, he can just do anything. Because
Makes-
Gomez came on, didn't
Makes
he?
a big difference having a player who's comfortable taking the ball in
Yeah.
situations. You mentioned he's got good feet, he can take it a run, you can get us going forward, which I think Prince Bobbin can do, but for some reason, unless he's either been instructed to kind of stick close to Gomez who's on the pitch, or he's maybe reluctant to do it, I don't know. I think because when Prince is at his best, he's the one that can get us driving forward, but
Yeah.
have someone in there who looks, it looks like June's natural game. So
He's still at most 80% fit, Prince Boivin.
yeah, I think they've been kind of managing a hamstring injury.
Yeah.
And but like Jim's incredible in like pressure situations. Like his footwork and his awareness. Like there can be a man like literally right on him, draped over him, and he'll still just sort of take a couple of touches and ferry the ball out somewhere safely.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
It's just, Gomez and Boabin both do their jobs and they do them well for the most part, but they don't really have the drive, especially Boabin this season. Boabin last season, yeah, he would drive forward, but even having a guy that can link midfield and attack and wings just by playing the ball forward. Every time Jim gets the ball, he turns. He doesn't look back, he turns and he looks to see if there's an offensive option.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great. It's great to see. As I say, we've been missing that, and I've really, really liked the look of him. He looks great.
And it's also a big help to So and Wanma having someone
Yeah.
who's going to get forward and join in from midfield, because they can sometimes get a bit isolated.
Yeah.
You've got 2 sitting midfielders in there.
Yeah, 100%. And having Swanson and June both playing from the start in that match as well was just a lot of thrust.
So enjoyable. Nearly as enjoyable was Osman Soul's goal,
Very, very well taken goal.
isn't it though?
It's
Talk us through it, Ross.
Well, it kind of stemmed from Wanma, good determined run down the right, good vision to see So, and just a lovely little spinning behind. And then actually thought he got a bit of a fortunate break in the ball, but watching it again, he's kind of skipped past him, and it's a smart finish. And I think as soon as that went in, I think Partick were done, and it was pretty much a training game from then on.
It was. It felt like a training match, even atmosphere wise.
Yeah.
It kind of died after the second goal, but yeah, at the time, I thought So had lost it, and then he turned and then look, there's the ball. I'm going to score a goal now. But if you watch the highlights, he keeps control of it at all times. He knows exactly where the ball is, where the defender is, and he spins the defender beautifully, and it's a nice little right-footed finish as well.
Talked about June taking the ball in tight positions. It's probably one of So's main assets, his quick feet.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing to discuss about Osman Soul yesterday, third 90 minutes in a row, but this one he was sprightly right to the end. He was chasing a lot of channels. He was closing down really, really well.
Yeah.
He did a power of work. I wasn't sure he had it in him, but it might be the Partick Thistle factor, because like you say, after that second goal went in, they stopped any semblance of any resistance.
They didn't offer anything really. Concerning they've been on a wee mini resurgence recently as well. I was expecting a tough game, but it just wasn't. Like, they didn't offer anything really
No,
at any
dismal.
time of the match.
I mean, I thought they were bad at Tynecastle, but they were absolutely woeful yesterday.
Yeah.
Woeful. So yeah, the remaining 2 goals were the 2 penalties. Arnold Doom dancing.
Yes, we also had a couple of shots on target from Callum Patterson. A right-footed one and a left-footed one, both.
A couple of decent saves from Scully.
Yeah, they were kind of straight at him, but he pushed them out well. Patterson, I think at the same time as everyone else, sort of realised that, you know what, I can do whatever the fuck I want in this game now, because literally it's going to make no difference to the result if I just sprint forward and swashbuckle, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah,
captain's armband really suited him, didn't it?
That was actually interesting. That was something I picked up in sort of like first 20ish or so minutes when we were playing 4-4-2. Our shape when we were in possession, Patterson pushed right up on the right hand side, and McGee came across almost into like sort of the right back position, which is kind of interesting. It's obviously put a lot of faith into McGee's pace that he could recover back into position if needed.
Yeah.
I think it was probably also to avoid having Juwon push up too far when he's coming back off a hammy.
Especially when he lives in a world of his own.
But like I say, we changed to like 4-2-3-1 fairly quickly to sort of get Swanson into the game a bit more, so we didn't see quite so much of that later on, but it was an interesting variation, I thought.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, the way that we play the 4-2-3-1, there was a time when Swanson was the central striker, and Planna was out wide left, and so was wide right, and Nicholson was behind Swanson. It's so fluid that I think, you know, it's a huge part of our game that maybe doesn't get picked up often enough. When defenders don't know who the fuck they're marking or who they're up against, keeps them guessing, and it creates chances. It's good.
I like chances.
I love them. Great fan.
Okay. What about Arnold Doom? Do we think we covered it enough for how he won that penalty?
He's good, isn't he?
He really is
He's
good.
really good.
He just danced into the penalty area.
Yeah, kind
It's
of.
all set to slot home. I think it might have been a harsh red card, but you can certainly see an argument for it. But
Yeah.
Well, the referee's signalling was very unclear.
Yeah.
Because like he only sort of half-heartedly pointed to the general area where Doom and the penalty spot were. I thought he was booking Doom for diving.
so did I initially. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fairly unclear.
I don't think there was many complaints from.
No.
I was about to call him Sam Seaborn there, but Dan Seaborn.
Sam Seaborn.
But yeah, like he great feat from Doom, and it was that little touch to knock it past Seaborn that, you know, if Seaborn hadn't held him down, he would have just latched onto it, Doom, and knocked it into the net.
It was an easy chance if he got to it, but yeah, it's just so nice having that link in the midfield. You know, you're right what you said, Ross. He is like a box to box more than a defensive midfielder, which we've been crying out for since fucking Paul Hartley left. Mm-hmm. Like, we need that, and I think he can provide it.
But quite a silky box to box. It's not. He doesn't look like he's constantly running in the way that Hartley did. Like, he just seems to be there.
He's really, really, really comfortable in everything that he does. He's very assured. You know, he very rarely loses the ball. There's a couple of occasions where there's a wayward pass or something like that, but you know, you're not going to get 100% pass accuracy in a game. I fucking love the guy.
He brings a bit of a physical presence that maybe Blabbin or Gomez don't have as well.
That's it. I mean, he's 6 foot plus as well.
Big laddie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a very coolly slotted penalty from Juanma.
Yeah, I seem to have settled on a penalty taker finally, which
Aye.
should hopefully improve a pretty terrible record. Because he what was the one he missed? Was it against St Johnstone that Walker followed up?
It wasn't St Johnstone. It was Partick Thistle.
Fair enough.
It was Thistle at home, and then he scored that delightful little dink just after.
He was off them for a little bit after that.
Aye.
Seemed to have
Well,
stuck.
he's come back around in the rotation after everybody else missed one.
Well, I think my impression is that Jamie Walker's our penalty taker, but obviously he wasn't on the bench or the pitch yesterday. So, but yeah, no, it was so peak Juanma. He just strolled up and Juanma did it right in the bottom corner, nonchalant as fuck. It was
Nice.
great.
Fair whack of penalties this season actually.
Aye, we've got hunters. I think Sam Nicholson himself has won us 3 penalties. Which is incredible. I think he must be the most fouled man in the Premiership.
He's got a fair bit of stick yesterday from the Thistle fans in the main stand.
Yeah. What was that?
Well, he went down easily. They think he went down easily quite early on, and they were.
He went down hurt. He looked to be holding his hamstring. As soon as the ball was in his vicinity, he was up and after it like a hare. So he was maybe at it a little bit there. But
Aye. No, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Sorry, he was holding some part of his leg, and then he just jumped up.
Well, this is just basic medical knowledge. Nothing cures a hamstring like seeing the ball heading into the opposition third.
It's as much psychological as it is physical.
absolutely.
Exactly.
And then to compound us scoring one penalty, we scored another. Billy King manufacturing another goal.
That's what he does. It's what you do. I love him.
Kind of comes back to what you said earlier about So being able to play 90 minutes, having somebody with that kind of pace and acceleration late on against tired defenders isn't really something we've seen from him previously.
It was the way that he timed his run, and King timed the pass perfectly as well to set him through. His first touch was minging, much like his goal last week against Ross County.
Yes.
His touch was horrendous, but he managed to skip, get the ball just in front of Scully, and then it was a definite penalty. And then
Stevenson!
Steve-O went and goes. Mr. All Action Stevenson.
One of the finest sights in football is a midfield player having to go in.
It's just great, and he only just
To be
fit
fair,
into
it
that
was,
goalie
it was a good attempt to save it. It was very close.
He was.
Spoke to Osman after the game for a follow up, and he was like, it was more relief than celebration for that one.
Aye.
If you're missing penalties against outfield players, ones you used to play for your club, you're not going to win. So.
Yeah, Osman Soul doesn't take a very good penalty.
No.
I would have much preferred that.
If it goes in, it's a good penalty.
You know what I'm going to say?
You know why I'm sitting on the
know.
bench absolutely seething.
Yeah, well, I would have wanted Arnold June to take it as well
No.
because he's pure technique.
It's not what I was going to say.
Patterson? Gomez?
No.
So seeing as he actually did score, to be fair.
Donald Ford? I don't know.
Dario Zanata.
Oh God, yes.
That name, son.
That's
honestly.
an incredible point.
I'm so happy. I genuinely, I tweeted it saying afterwards, and you were sitting next to me. I celebrated him coming on like it was a goal being scored. It was just a great moment in everyone's life to see
Pretty
Zanata.
Yeah.
Zanata, 44 is a cool number as well. This guy is going to get so much hold, honestly.
Steady on.
He's great. I love him. He didn't play that well. He played alright.
All he has to do is sort of like it's like, hey, I'm a Canadian that plays for Hearts, and they're like, what, like Kevin McKenna? Exactly like Kevin McKenna.
Like Colin Miller. Exactly. He's really tall for a winger.
Yeah.
Really tall.
I'm not sure he is a
Can
winger.
he then legitimately adopt the nickname of Moose?
Aye, it's been passed on.
Make him play with antlers. I'm not sure he is a winger. He didn't look particularly.
I think for the under
comfortable
20s he generally
happy at
plays wide left or wide right.
Yeah.
I think he maybe can play, centrally or up front, but primarily seems to be a wide midfielder.
But the most important detail is that his surname is Zanata and his first name is Dario.
And everything about that's fucking great.
So, what a wonderful day at the football that was.
It was.
So, to turn...
I also noticed Juwon didn't drop to his knees and pray at full time. I think he might have lost faith.
Is God no longer God?
God is no longer God, mate. Honestly, I was devastated. I was waiting for that.
You can't believe in God when you've seen Mary Hill.
That was it. That was the final straw.
Yeah. Players of the match and therefore recipients of songs. We might have played our hand slightly by saying that Arnold June was quite good, wasn't he?
Isn't he good?
He really is good.
And we get to keep him. Yeah.
Absolutely. Arnold June was good. I thought So again was very, very impressive throughout the 90 minutes, which is the important factor there.
Zanata had a great name.
Yes.
He had a great name.
Right on the back of his shirt.
Yeah.
Wanma came on to the game after a pretty laboured start.
Yeah.
By no means his best performance, but I think he was very influential in all the first 3 goals.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I gave So man the match last week, so I gave it to Wanma. Well, interestingly, Robbie Nielsen's post-match didn't think they played very well at all and told them that at half time he wants more consistency.
Well, he's bloody right, we were terrible. It's just that Partick Thistle were blindingly atrocious.
You're quite entitled as a striker who scored 2 goals to be pretty miffed up with that kind of feedback. But
but we're not going to go for any of those guys. We are going to go for...
Who are we going for again?
Danny Swanson.
Danny Swanson, yeah.
Because he played well in his 60 minutes in there, threat from dead balls, provided thrust and impetus, and he also hasn't had any songs yet.
Yep, he has had no songs on his podcast ever, so good to get him in.
So let's prepare some Danny Swan songs.
Oh shit.
Okay, Danny Swanson then, eh?
Good, yep.
Yeah, sure is.
Danny boy.
Ross, as a debutant, do you want to go first or do you want to be sandwiched between me and Rob?
as tempting as that sounds, I'll step up and go first.
No, step up. Right then.
A bit of a
Clear some room.
bit of a Back to the Future vibe for this one. Always good to get a reference in.
Absolutely.
Ready to go?
Yeah, go
Go
ahead.
for it.
Grew up as a high B in the YLT. Now he's changed allegiance to HMFC. Go, go, Swanee, go, go, Swanee Beacon.
One of my favourite things to cry from a stands. Just be good.
Apologies to him if he had no affiliation with the young Leith team.
Well, I'm sure he probably did.
I may or may not mention that as well. You gotta see the wing on the number 10, and if you want to sign Levine, just go and sign him now. I played some time down south, and that did not work out. He maybe once supported Hibs, but he doesn't now. Go, Danny Swanson! Go, Danny Swanson! Go, Danny Swanson! Danny Swanson!
Right. Okay. That was good.
Thank you.
Mine's is going to be a letdown, but it's sticking true to his Hibs' fucked roots. So
Sunshine on Leith it is then.
close.
It would have been a glorious bit of trolling if he'd done that for his away day initiation song.
Yes, absolutely. I don't think Sam Nicholson would have stuck it on Instagram. In the lineup, well, I know he's gonna be the guy beside Big Arnold Joom. When he steps up, well, I know he's gonna be the guy that strikes it with a boom. And I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more, just to be the man that walked 1,000 miles to see Dan Swanson score. Danny Swanson! Danny Swanson! Danny, Dan, Danny, Dan, Danny, Dan, Danny, Dan, Dan, Dan.
It was just meandering along, and then it really picked up at the end.
Yeah.
However, Proclaimer song, so you're not winning.
No, absolutely
Last
fucking
podcast,
not.
this has been very hard.
It's Danny Swanson's fault.
I'm giving it to Ross, I think.
I was, yeah. I would agree with that. A debut win for Ross.
Well done.
Well done, mate.
Dropping my imaginary mic. I'm never coming back on again.
Never to be seen.
Hooray!
Or heard.
Great, well, fantastic business,
Yeah.
everyone. Well done, gentlemen.
We've struggled through this with a collective hangover that would, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but, just like Hearts yesterday, we weren't performing, but somehow we've come out with a clear 4-0 victory
Yeah.
over podcast.
Over the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's happening next? Home to Hamilton?
Home to Hamilton, I believe, is the next game next weekend. Yeah.
It's a big international break that everyone in Scotland's very much looking forward to.
Nice.
Buzzing for that.
And what game are you covering next week?
I believe I will be at Whitehill against Spartans.
Fuck.
Hitting the big
Grudge
time
match.
now.
Grudge match.
Derby.
Staying true to my low league roots.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, if you want to find out anything about that lower league bonanza, where can people follow you on Twitter?
At Ross Pilcher.
Nice.
Wonderful.
That's very straightforward.
To the
I
point.
prefer the straightforward myself. I've got at Nickel Hay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone took at Robert Borthwick, so I'm at RF Borthwick. Yeah.
What a shame.
The F stands for Francis.
Good knowledge.
Yep.
We're at We Have No Cares.
We are. You can email us at our email address, which is wehavenocares@gmail.com.
And our website is wehavenocares.tumblr.com. Just search for us all around on YouTube,
Yeah.
on the internet.
We're there.
Just in the street.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll find us somewhere.
You'll find us. Ask your mum, she knows where we are. Didn't turn your phone off.
Didn't turn my phone off. That is sorry.
Well, it's a good job we're getting out of here with your dignity intact.
Yeah.
Steve
absolutely.
Crawford.
Steve
So
Crawford.
it's a man who just deflected from a pretty cheap mum joke directed at all your listeners.
Steve Crawford.
Steve Crawford.
I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out.
Oscar's arriving on the scene. Hot